What up, y'all? We back with another one. How everybody been? How everybody doing? I ain't dropped a video in a few days. Have it been a few days? What's today? Yeah, it's been about a few days, maybe several days. I don't know. But that don't matter. Topic today. This is this basically for parents. Yeah, I would say it ain't gotta be for parents, but this basically for parents. So a situation came up that I was looking at about. Well, I ain't gonna even say it. I'm gonna switch it and just act like I'm talking to y'all. So you're a parent. You got a son, teenage son. He got a best friend. His best friend is kind of like your son too. Families know each other. Y'all in the same neighborhood, same block, whatever. They've been kids since they was. They've been friends since they was little kids or whatever. So, son spend the night. Friends spend the night at your house. Your son spend the night at the friend's house. Y'all cool with the parents. Everybody. Everything is everything. So your son's friend get killed, right? He get killed, unfortunately. Time go by. Maybe even a year or two go by. A decent amount of time go by. Eventually, your son, he just can't take, he can't take the guilt or whatever. Your son comes to you and lets you know that he killed his friend. And then he give you detail. He killed his friend because his friend was talking to a girl that your son liked. Not a girl that your son was talking to or whatever. Your son's friend never violated. He never violated. It was just your son just got emotional. He took this kid's life. What do you do as a parent? What do you do as a parent? As a parent, what do you do? Now, street code and all of that, like most parents are civilians. They don't got no street ties, no snitch and stuff like that. We do know that if you turn your son in 9 times out of 10, he might spend the rest of his life in jail. We know the things that happen in jail. We know the judicial system can be crooked sometimes, cannot be fair sometimes, and everything. But what do? You also know, what if the shoe was on the other foot? Now, every year you going and you releasing blooms at your son's friend, because your son's friend was like your son too. You releasing blooms. When his mother needs somebody to talk to, a shoulder to cry on, she calling you. You consoling her. How do you continue to do those things? You cool. You go to dinner. You eat dinner with this child's parents. They come to your house. You know what I'm saying? What do you do? How do you handle that? I need y'all to get in the comments and really let me know, because this happens a lot, especially coming from Chicago. Your ops be people you grew up with, went to school with. You live on the next block with these people. These be your ops. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how stupid, especially Chicago gang culture is. I ain't gonna say every place. I don't know about every place, but especially Chicago gang culture. Niggas be ops with people that they grew up with for no reason. Usually reasons involving a female. Like, I ain't even capping. I ain't even just saying it because it's something to say. That's usually what it be about. Even if a nigga don't want to admit that that's what it was about, deep down, that's what it be about. It be about some type of jealousy or envy or hate or something like that. But how do you keep, now keep in mind, you got to watch it. Once your son tell you that this is what it is, you got to watch your son lie for the rest of his life. Every time so you always looking at him differently. Every time this subject come up and he act like he hurt, you got to be looking at him like, bruh. Like, and then what type of person do it make you? You got to really, you gonna just separate yourself from people that you've been knowing all of this time? You just go act like you're not mourning no more? You go act like you don't care? Like, how you go consult this lady when she called you on a random night grieving about her son, and you know your son took her son up out of here, and for nothing. Like, it wasn't for nothing. So what do you do? What do you do? People be like, oh, just let karma catch up with them. People will tell you, you will be 80 years old on your deathbed with cancer or something. People will be like, karma got him. No, life got him. That's death. People die. That ain't karma. What do you do? Now we all could try to see the good in people, but are there parents that look at it and be like, man, I got to take a step back and see what I'm dealing with. See who I'm dealing with in my son. He did this because of this. I might be dealing with, evil people have good parents, right? People that turn out to be evil got good parents, right? So what do you ever step back and be like, man, am I dealing with somebody that's evil? You can't send them, you can't deal with it in no type of way because it's something that you can't let out. Like you can't, you could seek counseling, but it's still just you still can't really address the exact thing, because addressing the exact thing to the wrong person or in the wrong way puts your son in jeopardy again. Do you just turn your back on your son and be like, look, I ain't gonna tell on you, but I ain't dealing with you? Do you ask your son, man, what do you think you should do? If your son is telling you that he want to turn himself in, he can't take it no more, do you encourage that? If your son is telling you, man, I'm standing on business, I don't feel, you know what I'm saying? I feel bad enough to tell you in a moment, but I don't feel bad enough to turn myself into the police. What do you do it? You know what I'm saying? Do you turn your back on this family? Do you just stop? Do you kind of just distance yourself from this family? Or do you still go to the balloon releases? Like, as a parent, you're like, man, if I stop doing the things that I've been doing and everything is surrounding their son, are they gonna start digging? Now you living in paranoia about your son being caught up. Like, what do you do? And like I said, this is a scenario that happens more times than we like to think. It might not have happened to you. It might be a similar situation. Maybe two homies that you grew up with. One of the homies ended up smoking the other homie or whatever, and you know what I'm saying, and you know what went down, but don't nobody else know what went down or whatever. You got to kind of play both sides. So, but it's always that one side, the side of the grieving. It's always the side that's harder to play on, because now your character is in question. Even if it was two homies, you was cool with both of their families, you was cool with everything. How you go to the one homie funeral? How you be hugging his grieving mama? How you be doing all of that and you know what happened? You know what I'm saying? You know the details of what happened. Like, that's why I said it's all crazy. But as far as that scenario specifically, man, get in them comments and let me know what you would do as a parent. You know what I'm saying? As a parent, even if you don't got kids yet, well, if you don't got kids yet, it's hard to pretend that you got kids, because you don't love nobody as much as you love your kids. So it's hard to pretend that you got kids and you don't. But if you got kids, or if you've been in a situation similar to this, without giving detail, how did you handle it? Or what did you do? But like I said, it was an interesting topic that came across my attention, and I was like, man, let me bring this to the vlog and see what, you know what I'm saying, see what my people got to say about it. Like I said, touchy situation, but how would y'all handle it? Oh, is this this the electric Jag? Yeah, that electric Jaguar look good. I don't know if y'all can really see it, but that thing look good. That thing look good. All these electric cars, they making these electric cars look real good. But yeah, get in them comments, let me know, and I'm gonna holler at y'all later on.